Hi, I'm Peggy Johnston, and today I'm sat with Mr. Hoyle to give you a bit of insight about English literature at Poynton High School at A level. Would you like to give us an overview of the subject?
Peggy, yep, that's not a problem. So in A-level English literature, really it's divided into three sections. In Year 12, we do a unit called Aspects of Tragedy, where we're looking at Othello, Tess of the D'Urbervilles and Death of a Salesman, and we're looking at how the tragedy genre has developed from that Shakespearean tragedy to more modern tragedies. Then in the middle of the course, end of Year 12 into Year 13, we do some NEAs, non-examination assessments, which is coursework really by older phrasing. And within that, we'll look at poetry with Philip Larkin's The Wits and Weddings, and we'll look at Sylvia Plath's The Bell Jar. And once we have got your NEA neatly tucked away successfully, we do a unit in Year 13, which is focused on crime. And we look at When Will There Be Good News, a modern novel by Kate Atkinson, a bit of a classic if you're a Peaky Blinders fan. I think Peaky Blinders leaned on Graham Greene's Brighton Rock, and we also look at Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner. When you're really skillful about looking at crime text, we then introduce a unit that looks at unseen crime, because in the exam they give you a crime extract to look at.
That's great, thank you. Do you want to share what your favourite part about teaching this subject is?
Yes, absolutely. Peggy, as someone who sits in my classroom, hopefully you recognise this, my favourite part is seeing students get those kind of light bulb moments when we're talking about texts, when suddenly a character or a theme or an idea becomes really, really clear to them. And they offer ideas. If I was going to have one message through this little kind of podcast clip, it would be about thinking, because so much of the course is about thinking about characters, thinking about ideas. So yeah, my favourite part is students thinking. That's the bit that excites me when I'm rocking up to the sixth form to teach your lessons.
Yes, definitely. That's what I enjoy about English as well. Why do you think students in Year 11 should take A-level English literature?
I'm incredibly biased, but I think they should take it because it's exciting, it's interesting. The reason I love English literature is because when we're reading these stories, let's be honest, it's all about us. It's all about what it tells us about ourselves. And I think it's exciting to be with a group of people whereby you read these texts and something about your own life is revealed. If I'm being a little bit more practical and cynical, it's also a brilliant A-level, a gold standard A-level in terms of giving you access to your further education, to university courses.
Yeah, definitely. And how do you think it differs to the GCSE course?
We were having this conversation, weren't we, a little bit about this. In one way, it doesn't differ very much. I think the same skills that you would be aware of at GCSE, analysing texts, picking out themes, thinking about characters, being aware of language and structure methods, all of them stay the same. I think we were saying between the two of us that what we felt was different was the depth. You'll spend longer on the texts. You'll probably be asked to think more, again, coming back to that word thinking, and to be reflective about it. And Peggy, you also mentioned that you think initially there's a little bit of a leap in terms of writing style, but that is something I think that develops across the 2 years. I would hope now that when you're looking at your writing at the start of Year 12, as you sit here towards the end of the first half term of Year 13, you'd feel that your writing had improved.
Oh, definitely, especially with the coursework as well. I feel like that really helps to elevate your style of writing. And what have previous students gone on to do with this course?
Rich variety of outcomes and possibilities. Some people will follow an English route. So we get lots of students going off to do English literature degrees or English literature combined degrees. And with those degrees, again, you might have them specifically going off. We've had quite a number of people working in the media, still in contact with people who work at BBC North or who've gone off to publishing companies. So it can be very English related. But then you can get people who go off into public relations or they go off to work for companies. It's such a broad A-level that it gives you a kind of rich possibility in terms of what your next steps might be.
That's great, thank you.